Raw cacao is somewhat different from the common cocoa most of us grew up with in our Afghan biscuits. Cacao, pronounced cu-cow, refers to the Theobroma cacao tree from which cocoa is derived, and is used when referring to unprocessed versions of the cacao bean. Normal cocoa powder and chocolate have been chemically processed and roasted, which destroys a large amount of the antioxidants and flavonoids, the things that keep you young and healthy. A recent study suggested that between 60% and 90% of the original antioxidants in cacao are lost through common Dutch processing. Dutch processing was originally developed in the early 19th century to reduce the bitterness, darken the color, and create a more mellow flavor to chocolate, but unfortunately also eliminated a bunch of the goodness. Non-organic cocoa and non-organic chocolate has also been treated heavily with toxic pesticides and fumigation chemicals, and may contain genetically modified (GMO) products. If that wasn't enough, Oxfam estimates that over 70% of the world's cocoa is grown by indigenous communities who are paid such a low wage that poverty is widespread. In some instances, child slaves are used, forced to engage in dangerous work such as using machetes and applying toxic pesticides. Big incentive to reach for a bar of fairly traded chocolate when your next craving hits. Raw organic fairly traded cacao in contrast has bountiful benefits, so you can add it to your diet with no guilt, just good old chocolatey deliciousness. 5 benefits of raw organic cacao. 1. 40 times the antioxidants of blueberries. Raw organic cacao has over 40 times the antioxidants of blueberries. Yes, 40 times. It has an amazing ORAC score of 98,000 per 100 grams, versus blueberries at a mere 2,400. ORAC scores measure the ability of antioxidants to absorb free radicals that come from pollution and toxins in our environment, which cause cell and tissue damage and can lead to diseases such as cancer. 2. Highest plant-based source of iron. On a plant-based, vegan diet and looking for iron? The search is over. Cacao is the highest plant-based source of iron known to man, at a whopping 7.3 milligrams per 100 grams. This compares to beef and lamb at 2.5 milligrams, and spinach at 3.6 milligrams. Note the iron in cacao is non-heme, as is all plant-based iron, so to get the maximum benefits you'll want to combine it with some vitamin C. Think oranges, kiwi fruit, superfoods like goobinge or camu, which have 40x more vitamin C than oranges, or try out my chalk orange smoothie recipe for a Jaffa-tasting throwback. 3. Full of magnesium for a healthy heart and brain. Raw organic cacao is also one of the highest plant-based sources of magnesium, the most deficient mineral in the Western world. Magnesium is important for a healthy heart, and helps turn glucose into energy, enabling your brain to work with laser-sharp clarity and focus. The reason why you might turn to a bar of chocolate during an all-nighter at your desk. 4. More calcium than cow's milk. Raw organic cacao has more calcium than cow's milk, would you believe, at 160 milligrams per 100 grams versus only 125 milligrams per 100 milliliters of milk. Time to switch out the trim latte for a couple of squares of dairy-free raw chocolate. 5. A natural mood elevator and antidepressant. Cacao is a great source of 4 scientifically proven bliss chemicals: serotonin, tryptophan, tyrosine and phenylethylamine. These neurotransmitters are associated with cozy feelings of well-being, happiness, and can even alleviate depression. A natural, healthy, delicious, and legal way to get your happy buzz on.